In this example, we're going to find the length of f of x equals x cubed over 6 plus 1 over 2x between x equal 1 and x equal 2. You can see the graph of one branch of this function, which is the only one we need given our x interval. And we're interested in finding the length from this value of x, from x equal 1 to x equal 2. Just want to find the length of that little piece of curve. So let's get started. We're going to use our formula for arc length. And I suggest writing it until you get really comfortable with it. So we want the integral from a to b of the square root of 1 plus the derivative of the function squared. And this integral is set up with respect to x, so we have a little differential with respect to x here. And so again, this tells us exactly what to do. I'm going to rewrite our function below so that we can take its derivative. So f of x is x cubed over 6. And I'm going to rewrite 1 over 2x as x to the negative 1 over 2, just bringing the x up so I can take the derivative more easily. When we take the derivative of this function, f prime of x will be, we can use the power rule here, we'll have a 3x squared, but 3 goes into 6 twice. So this will be x squared over 2 minus x to the negative 2, so we'll have a 1 over 2x squared. Okay, now let's square this derivative, and this is a binomial, which means that we'll have to use the distributive property when squaring a binomial. So we've got x squared over 2 minus 1 over 2x squared, and this entire binomial is going to be squared. And I'll just remind you here that when we square a binomial, we end up with 3 terms when we apply the distributive property. They will be a squared plus 2 times the first times the second plus the second squared. And if it's a difference of terms on the inside of the binomial, then this positive will just be a negative. So let's go ahead and square our binomial, our derivative, and we will get the first term squared becomes x to the 4th over 4 minus 2 times the first term, which is x squared over 2, and the second term, and that's 1 over 2x squared. And then we will square the 1 over 2x squared to get 1 over 4x to the 4th power. Let's simplify what we have here. This will give us x to the 4 over 4. I know one of these 2's can cancel out, as can the x squared, so I have a minus 1/2 plus 1 over 4x to the 4th power. As our formula for arc length tells us, the next thing that we need to do before taking the square root is add 1. So when we have 1 plus the derivative squared, we'll be able to combine some like terms here. The 1 minus the 1/2 will give us a positive 1 over 4x to the 4th. And because I would like you to see some similarities between the expressions, I'm going to combine this 1 and minus 1/2, which gives us a positive 1/2, but I will leave it as in the middle of the 3 terms. So we'll have x to the 4 over 4 plus 1/2 now, plus 1 over 4x to the 4th power. And I want you to pay attention to the similarity between what we had when we expanded our binomial and what we have now after adding 1, right? These are very, very similar expressions, but we have a plus 1/2 now as a middle term instead of a minus 1/2 as a middle term. This first expression came from expanding x squared over 2 minus 1 over 2x squared and squaring that binomial. And so we can factor this into something very similar, which will be, we can factor into a perfect square, and that perfect square will be x squared over 2 plus 1 over 2x squared. And you can test this out using the distributive property again, noting that that middle term now is going to give you a positive 1/2. And that's really useful for this kind of problem because this is the expression that we're going to put into our square root. And so now we're ready to set up our length, our arc length formula, which as given above, that will be, well, we're integrating from x equals 1 to x equals 2. And now we have the square root of this perfect squared term, x squared over 2 plus 1 over 2x squared, and that is squared. So the square root of the square will undo one another, and these terms are all positive in here. Everything's positive inside, so I don't need absolute value. So this will give us the integral from 1 to 2 of x squared over 2 plus 1 over 2x squared dx. And we are now ready to integrate, and this is really, both of the terms are power rule problems. So we can apply the power rule. For the first term, that will give us an x cubed over 6. And for the second term, we will get, that's a 1/2 x to the negative 2, so that will be minus 1 over 2x. And we are integrating this from x equals 1 to x equals 2. Now we should notice that what we've ended up here is very similar to the original function that we started with. And that should make some sense, right? Notice that the original function has a plus instead of a minus. And that should make some sense because of the formula for arc length. Remember what we did, right? Our arc length, oops, that got moved. Our arc length over here, notice here that we take a derivative, square it, then we add 1, and this is where things change, and then we take the square root. If we had not added 1, we would really be integrating f prime of x dx. So it should be giving us f of x, but adding the 1 here changes it very slightly. Okay, let's return to our final few steps of evaluating our function at the endpoints by applying the fundamental theorem of calculus. So this will give us 2 cubed over 6, so we have 8/6, and I'll simplify shortly. 8/6 minus 1/4 minus what we get when we put in a 1 in place of x, which is a 1/6 minus 1/2. So I can combine this 8/6 minus 1/6 is 7/6 minus 1/4 plus 2/4, because this minus plus 1/2 is plus 2/4, so that gives me 7/6 plus 1/4. And if I get a common denominator here, I have 28 over 24 plus 6 over 24. Oh, I could have gotten the common denominator of 12. Let's do that. So that would be 14 over 12 plus 3/12, which will give us 17 over 12. And that is our arc length. So you will see a lot of problems that are very similar, that when you start with a binomial and you follow the formula, you will be able to apply what we did here. You know, when you square and you have a half in the middle, a negative 1/2 here, adding 1 will make it a positive 1/2. And so you have a very similar expression that then you can factor into a perfect square. And we found that to be really useful when we take the square root of the perfect square, so that we could undo that root. And then this allowed us to evaluate the arc length.